seeds, Alan Bublik, still alive here in Doha.
We're almost ready to go. It's a rivalry that hasn't always been the friendliest. I think they've got a little more used to each other as the years have gone by.
You're not referring to their first meeting in Miami by any chance, are you?
I might be alluding to that.
2018, bit of a spat on the court.
At the 2026 Qatar ExxonMobil Open, please welcome the players for today's next match. 8 years ago, he reached Doha's quarters as a qualifier in his Qatar.
The quarterfinals remains his best effort here in Doha.
He's back as a
Tsitsipas
Grand Slam finalist, an ATP
made a pretty
Finals
decent start to the year with the wins he's been able to accumulate. World number
Stefaniil
33 these days, former world number 3. And here comes Stefaniil Tsitsipas, preparing to face an opponent he knows all too well, but not too successfully against. That's been the feature of this matchup. Daniil Medvedev has had his number for world number 1. Super successful against the man from Greece.
And 3 years ago, he lifted the Falcon in his Doha debut, defeating two-time champion
will feel
Andy
pretty
Murray
confident
in the final.
as
This
he
week,
makes his way to centre
he's
court.
back in Doha as a 6-time major
Past his
finalist, the 2021 U.S. Open champion,
gigantic
and
picture
former world
backstage.
number 1. This is Daniil Medvedev.
And Daniil Medvedev ready to go, knowing that Karen Khachanov lies in wait in the quarterfinals for one of them. Will it be his great friend, or will Tsitsipas get in amongst it here and get a win against Medvedev for the first time since the Ditto ATP Finals in 2022? It's been a while.
It's been a while. A while since these two have faced off. How things have changed. I mentioned before they walked a couple of Australian Open semi-final meetings when they played in 2022. Medvedev was ranked 2 in the world. Tsitsipas was world number 4. Here they are walking onto court. Very different scenario. Medvedev ranked 11, Tsitsipas 33. But you know, both of these guys on their day can still produce a very high level of tennis. So it'll be interesting to see what we're going to get today. We're just moving into sort of the later stages of the afternoon. Just approaching at 4 p.m. local time, so things will start to cool off and slow down slightly. Interesting to see who that benefits. It may afford Tsitsipas slightly more time to wind up and get the big hits into play, the forehand in particular. And here we go, Medvedev is ready.
Good. So I give you the white for the towel box, okay, the white box, okay? Okay, gentlemen, like usual, we're having the net sensor TV changeover, so please be seated till they say time. And the third clock, and it's even on the board, on the sideboard as well if you want to look. And we have the video review. Please let me know any time in a clearly manner for the double bounce, fall shot, or any call, okay? A distraction, you need to stop immediately. Like a ball kid, drop a ball, then you stop. Questions? No? Stefanos, do we have Falcon or Qatar? Falcon, so I press, okay? You can press that. Okay, perfect. So Falcon is... So Falcon. Serve, okay? Okay, good match. Yeah, thank you.
So Stefanos will start on serve, having won the toss. Second match of the day on the centre court in Doha. It's a really good one, a familiar one at ATP Tour level. Number 4 seed Medvedev, former champion here against Tsitsipas for a place in the quarterfinals. And that would be a first quarterfinal for Tsitsipas since he made the last 8 way back in Barcelona last April. So it's been a minute since he was in the last 8 at a tournament. And I said that Tsitsipas was looking for his 84th tour level quarter-final. For Daniil Medvedev, it would be a 91st. My goodness. They're stellar numbers, aren't they?
Yeah,
both of them.
these are two of the very top players from the last certainly sort of decade in the sport. I think it's fair to say neither has been at sort of the peak of their powers in the last period, 12 months or so, but you know, I think they'll both be relishing this opportunity to step back on the court and play each other once again. And of course, an important match for them both, because they're both sort of striving to get back up the rankings, back into the top 10. And you know, Medvedev, look at his sort of player web there. 8.1, the serve is the big weapon. We know from the previous match he's going to be serving to the backhand a lot for Tsitsipas. It'll be interesting to see how Stefanos deals with that, whether he'll be, you know, deep in the court. I think the conditions slowing down later in the day will be better for Tsitsipas. That would be my sort of gut feel. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But you can see Medvedev coming in off a first-round loss in Rotterdam, so not ideal from that point of view.
Yeah, Medvedev's performance rating the other night, his opening match of the week, was 8.2. The serve 8.3 actually in terms of its quality. He did a really good job behind it, winning 79% behind his serve. So if he serves like that today, that's going to be a challenge for this man as he tries to make his way back. Now, back issues are always so troublesome, aren't they? So it was a good decision in a way to just close down the season last autumn. Just give yourself some recovery time.
Yeah, you got to listen to your body as much as you can be desperate to play and try and you know, rebuild your ranking and get back to where you want to be. You have to be fit and healthy to allow yourself the chance to do that. And well, you mentioned Medvedev's performance in the first round. Tsitsipas with a straight sets win over Echargui, the Tunisian wildcard. He hit 15 forehand winners. You can see there the forehand is the big weapon, and I think that's key for him today. You know, serve well, 5 aces, no doubles in the first round, so look to get that big first serve firing, dominate with the forehand whenever possible, and minimise those sort of opportunities for Medvedev to, you know, dig deeply into his backhand corner. He's coming in off a second round in Rotterdam, so neither player in sort of sizzling form, are they? But as we say, renew the rivalry here, and I'm very much looking forward to this. They've got a good history. We mentioned that spat they had in their first ever meeting in Miami. Both a couple of young kids, weren't they? Giving it a few verbals at each other. Worth checking out on the internet if you get a spare moment. But they're a little bit more mature now.
They are. The thing that really strikes you when you look at his year so far, the impact of that drop outside the top 32 really made its presence felt. It showed its teeth in Australia because he found himself facing Thomas Mahatch in round 2 in Melbourne, the number 24 seed, and he tumbled in 4 sets. Close sets, admittedly, but nevertheless, that just goes to show what a difference it makes.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's got a job to do. He's got to make sure he's at least seeded for Roland Garros and Wimbledon. That is very important. Get back inside the top 30 at least. It's a beautiful day in Doha. Monday saw some pretty high winds, none of that today, just a nice cooling breeze. It's warm, but as I say, we're past 4 p.m. now. Things will start to cool, conditions will slow. Perfect playing conditions really for these two, I would say.
So what does instalment number 15 between these two have in store for us today? Plenty, I suspect.
My first set, Stefanos Tsitsipas to serve. Ready? Play. Love 15.
First little scuffle on the backhand goes his way. No surprise there.
15 all.
Well, these guys know each other's games inside out, really. There won't be too many surprises on the court, but the key thing is about going out there and executing the game plan, executing, you know, your tennis to the best of your ability.
That's not bad for a third point of the match.
That is a lung buster, and exactly the sort of point that Daniil Medvedev will be looking for on return. Neutralising the first serve from that deep return position, and then just getting to work, picking away at the backhand. You can see Tsitsipas breathing heavily as he steps back to the line here, under some pressure already.
Forehand went to work there.
And 30 all.
You can already feel the conditions are slower than the first match today between Khachanov and Fucsovics, particularly in the first set there when the ball was really pinging around. This is hard work already for Tsitsipas on serve. Pretty grippy court this week.
That's gorgeous. And deadly accurate too.
40-30.
Not many better with the serve and forehand combination.
Deuce.
So the possibility of facing Andrei Rublev, defending champion, in the next round. If he can get past Fabien Morajan, which won't be straightforward.
Advantage. Tsitsipas.
Just tiptoeing away from trouble there. We had to, because that was a good return game to start from the former champion, number 4 seed, but Tsitsipas gets the hold.
No real easing themselves in, was there? That third point was a lung buster. Heart rates will be up already. It's game on.
When you faced an opponent so many times, is there a pleasure in that, or actually is it almost so much to process in the battles that you've had and the reasons in different contests why you might have been victorious and not?
Yeah, I think it brings a different dynamic. As I say, these guys know each other inside out. They know what they're going to bring. I think it's been probably more of a pleasure for Medvedev, who's won 10 of the 14 meetings. You know, he'll have that, you know, inner belief that the matchup suits him. But he'll have full respect for Tsitsipas, even though the Greek is ranked outside the top 30 at this moment in time. And know how dangerous he still is as a player. I mentioned I felt that the conditions getting slower might be good for Tsitsipas. Sort of thinking in terms of his return and from the baseline, having that little bit more time to really wind up. But so far, gut feeling is it might be the other way, because it's allowing Medvedev to really extend the points, isn't it?
That's a little moral victory there for Tsitsipas, because so much traffic is going to go the way of the backhand. He knows that.
This is like an interval session. I'm tired just watching this. These guys are pushing each other. It's very much what this sort of tennis is like, is sort of, you know, an interval session, you know.
30,
these players are
15.
used to doing on the track or on the treadmill, wherever it might be, you know. It's like 25 seconds off, and then whatever it might be, you know, 15, 20 seconds on with these long points. Recover, go again, recover, go again.
Injection of pace there, doing for Daniil Medvedev.
Yeah, there was the big hit. And there's Apostolos. Father and coach once more. Yeah, he can generate a lot of speed with that forehand. It's the biggest ground shot on the court. He's got to use it. Tsitsipas.
It's a bit like irresistible force meets immovable object when these two meet, isn't it?
30.
And there's the coaching setup for Medvedev, making the change. Roham Gertzke, Thomas Johansson involved as well. And since he made the change, parting company with Gilles Savara after 8 years together, there have been a couple of titles, and that ended a very long wait, didn't it? From Rome 2023. Sometimes just a different voice can make all the difference.
Yeah, I think the direction of travel overall is positive again for Medvedev. Just the change in coaching team, maybe just freshen things up as much as anything. A few little tweaks to his game, but I still don't think he's sort of right back where he wants to be. He's humbled by Lerner Tien in the fourth round of the Australian Open, outplayed on the day.
Game Medvedev.
They've both had their challenges to contend with. Tsitsipas dropping outside the top 30 last year for the first time since July of 2018. And Medvedev fell to 18 in the world in September last year. He was in danger of exiting the top 20. But that ranking has recovered for him.
15 love.
And now poised, he will hope at some point to return to the top 10.
Such a good return there from Medvedev. That's the key for him. Very deliberately, sort of deep into the backhand corner. His chances of winning the point improve significantly if he gets the ball onto the backhand.
You could just see the shuffle of feet from Tsitsipas. He wanted to try and hit the forehand, but he just couldn't because the short angle was too good. Unleashing another big forehand, though.
We've just got to look there at Tsitsipas' team, not just Apostolos here this week, but Dimitris Chatzinikolaou, who was the previous Greek Davis Cup captain, of course, was his sole coach this time last year when Apostolos was out of the setup. Actually had maybe his best week of the year, winning in Dubai this time last year.
40-15.
Just see, there he is. There's Dimitris. Always been in and around Stefanos' tennis, big supporter. That's kind of the scary thing for Tsitsipas, that he's 33 in the world and 500 points to defend next week. But they shared a great moment. Chatzinikolaou and Tsitsipas felt like things were trending upwards, certainly at that stage, but didn't really hit those heights again for the remainder of the season. You mentioned it, back problems were a difficulty. And that drop shot going wide creates a bit of difficulty here. Medvedev just doing his thing, isn't he, from that deep return position, getting into so many points.
He's so effective in a really unorthodox fashion. It's one of his secret skills. It's a good combination, and the first strike was deep on the forehand. And the pressure came with him arriving so swiftly at the net. Little gloves at his camp because he knows this is getting a little complicated.
He's having to work very hard, and body language suggests he would like things to be coming a little more easily on serve.
4 errors off the forehand wing.
That's the sort of point he wants over and over. You can see the difference. Weaker return onto the forehand and just dispatch for a winner.
5 winners off that wing. So numbers in the positive.
Net for service.
Find the angle to stop Tsitsipas hitting a forehand, but he didn't control it. Second serve not delivering. Actually for either of them, but especially not for Tsitsipas.
5-4 on winners, 5-4 on fours. Sort of one step forward, one step back at the moment. Medvedev staying very deep for the second serve return. Be looking for the return onto the backhand here. That's a lovely play, forcing play with the serve volley. Just took away the sort of neutral return.
Tsitsipas.
Medvedev not able to get the ball down low enough.
Really smothered that cross-court backhand, didn't he? Nice finish. The last 2 points of that game.
Tsitsipas leads 2 games to 1.
Though, to keep his nose in front in the early stages, but he's done it. The big 4 or 5, if you will, but now it's been but a hot minute, and now they've got Sinner and Alcaraz who've surged past them. That's the difficulty, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. In that sort of era with Zverev and Rublev, and team was there for a while, but you know, where you thought they were going to be the guys winning slams once Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, Murray, you know, sort of retired. But those guys went on so long that it gave time for these next, you know, youngsters to come through, and at this moment in time, you know, significantly sort of pass them by. Sinner and Alcaraz have had the Grand Slams locked up in recent times. I think that's been a blow. I thought it was a real blow for Medvedev, particularly in 2024. He lost quite a few, you know, sort of big matches, semis and finals to Sinner and Alcaraz, and I think that really dented his mojo. Hasn't played either of them since 2024. Didn't meet them last year.
Love. 40 love.
Tsitsipas holding the baseline there very well.
Medvedev.
It's a cute finish. Rapid hold though. Spotlight straight back on his opponent on serve.
Yeah, Medvedev probably on top in these early exchanges, but 2 games all on the scoreboard. Interesting to see if Tsitsipas can hold serve once again here. Tsitsipas has played 20 points on serve to Medvedev's 13 so far. Looks like it's going to be a tough game again for Stefanos.
Talked about how difficult it was not to be able to even play tennis because of that back issue at the end of last year. Mental effects of that. Tough for him. Because if you think about how quickly he came back from elbow surgery in 2021, he was back on the tour rapidly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's been a quick healer in that regard, but the back has been a little more troublesome.
At 30-15. 40-15.
Beautiful service there. Rhythm to the motion. He's made 3/4 of his first serves so far. That's helped him get through these service games.
And 40-30.
It's well done. Doing enough on serve at the moment. No chances offered or taken yet for the break. 5 games gone.
And your world is always within reach. A personal world data. And the sweetest details and the biggest smiles. This
Looked a little more assured there on serve. Tsitsipas starting to really hit the ball cleanly and a lot of conviction. It feels like the intensity of the contest has stabilised slightly. It was a few really tough points. The third point of the match was incredible. Good point was there. Looking confident.
Red time. In 2 games, in 2 games. Yeah. Love 15. Love 30.
What's happening here?
I went for the kick serve there, and it's not a serve that comes that naturally to him. Mishit that one, and well, that's a look of concern. No wonder.
And 15-30. And 15-14.
Well, here we go. Tsitsipas has worked hard on serve. Got a couple of break points here. First of the match for either player. That was interesting, yeah, good hitting, but also directing the play to the Tsitsipas forehand. I don't think he expected it. He's always just waiting for the change to the backhand, which never came.
It's a little bit of a self-inflicted wound. A couple of double faults and the error on the forehand, and there goes the serve.
Yeah, that was a bad game. A gift, really. But reward for Tsitsipas, who, you know, he could have been broken early on. He's worked hard and got himself ahead. Important that he consolidates here.
You could feel the confidence in that expansive backhand. Growing all the time in this opening set. Well, this has escalated pretty quickly.
Yeah, his hold for 3-2 did feel pretty confident, like he'd really sort of settled in. And this has been an excellent game.
Firmly on the accelerator here for Stefaniil Tsitsipas. Bright and breezy all of a sudden in this set. And with a very healthy advantage at 5-2. Oh, that's special. First serve has just disappeared a little bit on Medvedev, and Tsitsipas is making the most of it. Forehand has sparkled. Well, this is what happens when the first serve disappears. He doesn't know where it's gone. Neither does he.
I understand he's been doing a bit of work on the serve, particularly this week, just trying to work on the rhythm. It's amazing, isn't it? Because he looked, the first 4 games, he looked the more assured, more confident. You know, maybe could have broken. He was in the return games, but this set has really run away from him. Ever since he came out at 2-3 and hit those 2 double faults, just he's gone.
The rallies have tended to go his way a little bit in the early stages here, but he's right up against it still. Produced something really outstanding when he needed it there.
Yeah, he was under pressure here. Big hitting from Tsitsipas. Didn't really get that backhand down the line, though. It was quite central and just gave Medvedev the chance to find that winner.
Advantage. Medvedev.
Bit of a sigh from Tsitsipas there as he traipsed over to the ad court. 3 points on the spin for the former champion.
Game Medvedev.
Good fight back. May yet be important as well in this set. You never know.
Yeah, you know, keeps his chances alive at least. Look at the serve, which is a little up and down in this set. Really drives up into the ball well, doesn't he? Tsitsipas has served excellently so far. If he keeps that up, likely to take a one-set lead here.
Well, he's got ground to make up on Medvedev. 25 sets. He's lost to the man on the other side of the net. Only 14 won by Stefanos.
Yes. Tsitsipas hasn't won a set against Medvedev since 2022. Lost the last 3 matches in straights, so this will be good.
And 15 love.
And what will irritate Medvedev is that it's kind of been started by his own hand in this set. Just a bit much. He knows it as well.
15 all.
Does hit that inside in forehand particularly well, but just dragged that one wide.
Another terrific transition into the forecourt.
Yeah, he does that so well. His serve, it looks really good to me. 216 kilometers an hour here. That's big. You know, those sort of back problems seem like they're well behind him now, and tennis is doing the talking. It's another rocket. 214.
40-15.
Big finish to the set on serve from Stefanos Tsitsipas. And he was able to find the only break in that opening set.
6-3.
And he has his first set against Medvedev for 4 years.
Well, I like what I'm seeing from Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Time. My second set, Medvedev to serve.
Well, how about that serve position to start the second set from Medvedev? Completely changing things up. Just wonder where his mindset is after that opener. Such a poor game at 2-3 to be broken.
I suppose when you feel you're responsible with those two double faults and the forehand error that went long, they're things that you can change. It's not like your opponent was playing out of this world.
Yeah, you feel like he lost the first set rather than Tsitsipas won it. But I have to say, Tsitsipas, he finished the set very strongly. That's the problem Medvedev now has, is that he's facing a more confident and dialed in opponent than maybe when the match started.
Left for service.
Not getting that. Well, that's a statement start to this set. Needed and wanted to make one, and he did. Looking at those stats at the change of ends after the opening set, a number that caught my eye as well is the baseline battle. Not that Stefanos will need any reminding of this, but 18 points to Medvedev, just 15 to him in terms of the baseline battle. And that's a battle he's consistently lost in their head-to-head, so he's got to get forward or find ways to be inventive and creative out there today. And shorten the points, of course, just like that.
15 love.
Well, if he serves at the same level as he did in the first, he's going to be very hard to break. When he was at his best, you know, making slam semis, finals, his serve was such a weapon.
And then some from Tsitsipas.
30 love.
Medvedev would be annoyed. He got to this in plenty of time. No excuse for pushing that ball wide, really.
40 love.
Found a very acute angle in the service box with that serve. Just no way through at all on the turn for the former champion there.
1 game over.
So far, so very good on his serve today.
And 15 love.
Tried to change the height and the tempo there, Tsitsipas, but just ended up dropping the ball short. Dispatched by Medvedev.
Pretty good job actually with that body serve return. Didn't miss by much.
We're 40-15.
Found some quality there, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. He's the player now.
40,
Looks full of
30.
belief and conviction. He is striking the ball.
Backhand has been particularly eye-catching.
Game Medvedev.
Needed to just find a little extra, and he did. And he's got his hands full out there at the moment.
Medvedev.
Tsitsipas
leads
deservedly
2 games to 1.
taking the opening set. Serve still intact, set 2.
Oh, that was big from Medvedev. Taking the ball out of the air and crunching it. A little nod to his coach. And Goetzke. I'm sure that the new team will be trying to encourage him to be a little bit more of an attacking force when he gets his opportunities. He certainly did it there.
At time. Love 15.
The hand has been literally and metaphorically hit and miss today. It's definitely led the charge in that opening set victory.
Well, he's got a significantly bigger game, doesn't he?
And 15 all.
With the forehand in particular, ability to hit winners. It's 11-5. Ability to come forward. He's won 10 of 10 net points so far. Really good stuff.
That's too good. And it's been quality behind the forehand by and large that's enabled him to get
Yeah,
forward.
and I sort of come back. My mind goes back to the conditions here as we approach 5 p.m. local time. You know, it's cooler, slower, quite a grippy court. So Tsitsipas has time on the ball here, but he still has the firepower to hit winners and to attack and to get forward. And
40.
I definitely think the conditions are suiting him. You know, even his backhand, as you said, the previous game, starting to hit it really nicely. If it was a lot quicker and he was rushed, I think he'd be struggling more.
He served beautifully.
2 games all.
26 from 33 behind the first serve, and they're robust numbers behind the second, 55%. Winning both of those battles on the scoreboard at the moment. That was a sharp return.
Love 15. Love 30.
Come for that kicker again. Another double. First bit of, dare I say, sort of borderline sarcasm towards the team, which we saw a lot of at the end of the partnership with Shield Savara, didn't we?
Managed to find something really high quality there.
15, 30.
Yeah. It was a good move and the right volley. I'm not sure it was the cleanest volley, but he made it happen. Nice bit of side spin bite on the ball there.
And 30.
He's a dangerous time, for Medvedev, because you feel like the way Tsitsipas is serving and playing in general, one break might be all it would take here. That's well watched.
40, 30.
of danger yet. A glance at his opponent. Another clever point from Tsitsipas.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Didn't get hold of that in the way he wanted, did he?
No, the slice really let him down there. He's trying to slice this deep cross court to buy some time, and he just cut way under the ball to get anything like the depth that he needed on it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, he found the right slice that time.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Medvedev went with a straight drop shot, and you could see Tsitsipas got there with plenty of time and had options.
He's always second best in that point.
Deuce.
It's good clutch serving from Medvedev. It's having to be at the moment.
Advantage, Medvedev. Deuce.
Yeah, he had a chance there. Second serve. Didn't really get enough on the return, I think.
Yeah, and he's just become slightly hesitant on his backhand with these opportunities. A couple of slices. Big miss hit there. Maybe the grip slipping on him.
Medvedev survives. That was a test. A big one.
Medvedev leads 3-2.
Oh, he will take this. And then some. And so far his serve remains intact. In fact, he hasn't offered a break point yet. Famous last words. That's a beauty. You can feel the backhand confidence oozing out. That's one of his best of the match. He's done a great job, hasn't he, Colin, with his first strike tennis tonight in the shorter exchanges, and increasingly in the longer exchanges it's Tsitsipas who's winning the points.
Yeah, really positive performance. Be interesting for me, Medvedev mentioned he's been a lot more attacking in this set, whether he continues to do that. Or whether he goes back to just sort of trying to outlast Tsitsipas. I'm not sure he's going to have the chance though, because
15.
Tsitsipas serving so well, playing, you know, so impressively. I think Medvedev's going to have to keep going for it. He can't afford to give the initiative to Tsitsipas. .216 there. Big serving all day.
What's that, about 135?
Yeah, it's right up there.
14, 15.
Certainly fully fit and healthy, and there's no doubt who's the better net player between these two.
No doubt at all.
15 of 17 net points won.
Just looking at his first serve percentage in this set, 79%. It's not about that as much as what you deliver behind it, but obviously the more first serves you land.
Yeah, he's serving so well. I mean, he's not exactly rolling them in, is he, to hit those percentages? That one was 209.
Tsitsipas leads 5 games to 3.
Well, if there is to be a comeback, it has to start right here for the number 4 seed. Been quick as well, an hour and 11 minutes. All it's taken.
Two of the quickest players on tour in terms of between points. Don't really mess around.
30 love.
No surprise to see that performance rating for the last 4 games for Tsitsipas as well. It's felt that kind of level. And he's answering the call.
40 love. Medvedev.
I think he meant that.
Some angry tennis there.
Well, it came to the rescue. Love hold when he had to serve to stay in it. Not on his terms now.
Couple of mass.
Well, I'm sure winning the was
Net time.
talking about this match with his team this morning over breakfast or in their warm-up, he'd have certainly signed for this. And it's on his terms now. And he's been so irresistible on serve today. But this is the ultimate test to see if he can close it out. Such clarity of thought in his tennis today.
15 love.
This has been such a positive match for Tsitsipas. Not just the fact that he's on the verge of winning it, but the performance has been excellent.
First strike has been terrific today. Has set the tone for everything else that's followed. And of course the foundations of that has been the serve.
First double.
15.
Don't think it's any coincidence that it comes in this game. Just always that extra element of tension, trying to see out the match.
A 14, 15.
What an irresistible performance from Stefanos Tsitsipas that is, against an opponent who's given him trouble in the past. But today Tsitsipas too strong in all departments for the former champion here in Doha, and into the quarterfinals emphatically, authoritatively today, and no doubt absolutely delighted with his level, because he found some of his very best tennis at times today to get past Daniil Medvedev in 1 hour and 16 minutes.
Well, a reminder today of just how good a player Stefanos Tsitsipas is. Medvedev felt like he had the slightly better the early exchanges. A few long points, first 4 games, could maybe have nicked a break, but came out and played a very poor service game at 2-3, 2 double faults to start it. And from that moment on, Tsitsipas just took control. Massive serving, crunching the forehand, getting forward, just brilliant net play. And I'm sure he'll be delighted with, as I say, not just the win, but the performance. That's a really, really positive day for Tsitsipas, who, you know, if he plays like that consistently, he'll be climbing the rankings again very, very soon.
First win over Daniil Medvedev since the back end of 2022. For Stefanos Tsitsipas, the champion in Dubai last year, enjoys playing his tennis in this part of the world, and he will definitely enjoy that performance today.
Well, you can just have a look at that performance from Tsitsipas. Always nice to look at the overall performance rating, 8.3. Hard to disagree with that. He was excellent. Serving was exceptional. 75% of first serves in, but as we said during the match, he was hammering them down. You know, regularly above 200 kilometers an hour, sometimes 215, that sort of region, and 3/4 of them going in. So that's no wonder he didn't get broken. on 53% of second serve points as well. It's healthy. Got to highlight the forehand winners, 18 of those, and the net play, 17 of 19, just exceptional. Medvedev, not as good at the net, is he? Came forward 3 straight points in the game that he was broken in the second set, lost all of those points. And it's Tsitsipas, who gets his 5th win in 15 meetings against Medvedev to move on to the quarters.
So a former champion dispatched by Stefanos Tsitsipas, the defending champion, might be next in the firing line for him if he can get past Fabian Marozsan. They are about to take to the court, actually, on Grandstand 1. That match not very far away at all. But Tsitsipas safely through after a really emphatic performance today.
Players born since 1990. Most hardcourt quarterfinals reached. There's Tsitsipas. This is 50th today. Medvedev leads in that regard with 70, but denied his 71st by the Greek.
And Rublev may be his next opponent, not too far in front of him. That's a really good win for him today. And that will give him so much confidence, you suspect, moving forward, not just here, but with Masters 1000 tennis around the corner. So, it will be very good to hear his thoughts on a performance and a job very well done today. Stefanos about to talk to Candy Reid.
Stefanos, it's been a while since you were in an ATP Tour quarterfinal. What has it taken for you to get back here?
Well, a lot of grit, a lot of high intensity. Today I showed a lot of consistency and just willingness to stay out there and fight point by point. I was really glad with the way my tennis kind of came together, especially towards the end. Actually, my serving, I'm really happy with my serving because that gave me a lot of points and I was able to build a lot of confidence and a lot of authority starting with such good serves.
I think a lot of Stefanos Tsitsipas fans love it when you move forward, and you did that particularly well today. Is that going to inspire you to do it more?
Yes, of course. I want kids to see that modern tennis, one-hand backhand tennis is still out there. Yeah, I want more kids to start playing the single-hand backhand. I feel like it's dying off a little bit. Gregor would agree with me. I mean, we've spoken about it plenty of times, but you know, I'm just trying to make the most out of my game. I do have weapons. I just need to keep working on them and building on them. And I think, you know, with discipline and confidence, if those two blend in well together, I think there are a lot of good things that can happen.
And your numbers coming forward at the net were just amazing. Do you know how well you did when you were playing volleys?
I'm not entirely sure, no.
I think you just lost 1 point when you came forward.
Really, that's great. That's a great number right there.
So more of that?
Well, of course, yeah. I try and encourage myself, you know. You gotta find those short balls, attack them, and you know, penetrate through the court. When the shot quality is there, I feel you have every reason to come forward and finish up at the net. Yeah, I wouldn't be approaching from the back of the baseline, but you know, there are certain circumstances, there are certain shots that you would encourage yourself a little bit more.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, in bubbly mood, I'm not surprised. I think everything functioning at optimum in his game after a little bit of a sticky start.